The concept of date, a detailed overview. The concept of date, the specific day of a month or year, has evolved over thousands of years as humans developed ways to measure and organize time. The date is a way to represent a specific day, month, and year in a calendar system, and it plays a critical role in human life for tracking events, organizing schedules, and marking the passage of time. Here's a detailed exploration of the history, systems, and importance of dates.
1. The origin of dates and calendar systems. Early timekeeping. In prehistoric times, natural cycles. Early human civilizations observed natural cycles such as the phases of the moon, lunar cycle, the rotation of the earth, day-night cycle, and the seasons, solar cycle. These cycles provided the earliest means of tracking time. Lunar calendar. The first attempts to measure time often revolved around the moon's phases. The lunar calendar was based on the moon's 29.5-day cycle, and many ancient cultures used a system of months based on this cycle. Solar calendar. Ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Ancient Egyptians. The Egyptians developed one of the first solar calendars around 4000 BCE. Their calendar had 365 days, divided into 12 months of 30 days each, with 5 extra days added at the end of the year. These extra days were used to mark the flooding of the Nile River, which was crucial for their agriculture. Mesopotamians, Sumerians. The Sumerians, in ancient Mesopotamia, also used a lunar calendar, but they faced challenges with the discrepancy between the lunar and solar cycles. Their calendar was adjusted periodically, and they developed the concept of intercalation, adding extra months to synchronize the calendar. 2. The development of modern calendar systems. The Julian calendar, 45 BCE, Julius Caesar. The Julian calendar was introduced by the Roman dictator Julius Caesar in 45 BCE. This was the first solar calendar that aimed to bring more consistency to the measurement of time. Structure. The Julian calendar had 365 days, with every fourth year, a leap year, containing 366 days. This was achieved by adding an extra day, February 29th, every 4 years. Problem. The Julian calendar had a small flaw. The year was calculated to be 365.25 days, but the Earth's actual orbit around the Sun is 365.2422 days. Over centuries, this small discrepancy caused the calendar to drift, and by the 16th century, the calendar was out of sync with the solar year by about 10 days. The Gregorian calendar, 1582, Pope Gregory XIII. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar, which was designed to correct the drift in the Julian calendar. This is the calendar system that is used almost universally today. Improvements. The Gregorian calendar refined the leap year system to account for the discrepancy in the length of the solar year. It introduced the rule that a year is only a leap year if it is divisible by 4, but century years, such as 1700, 1800, 1900, must also be divisible by 400 to be leap years. This correction made the calendar more accurate. Adoption. Initially, the Gregorian calendar was adopted by Catholic countries, but Protestant and Orthodox countries were slower to accept it. By the 18th century, most countries had adopted the Gregorian system. The modern-day calendar global standard. Today, the Gregorian calendar is the most widely used calendar system in the world, especially for civil purposes. It is the standard for scheduling, historical record-keeping, and international communication. Leap year. Every 4 years, an extra day, February 29th, is added to the calendar to keep the year synchronized with the Earth's orbit around the Sun. 3. Other calendar systems. While the Gregorian calendar is the global standard, several other calendar systems are still in use for religious, cultural, and historical reasons. The Islamic Hijri calendar. Lunar calendar. The Islamic calendar is a purely lunar calendar. It is based on the cycles of the moon, with each month starting at the sighting of the new moon. Year 622 CE. The Islamic calendar began in 622 CE, marking the migration, Hijra, of the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, from Mecca to Medina. Months. The Islamic year is 11 to 12 days shorter than the Gregorian year, and thus the Islamic months move through the seasons. It has 12 months, but with only 354 or 355 days in a year. Uses. The Islamic calendar is primarily used for religious purposes, such as determining the dates of Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, and Hajj. The Hebrew, Jewish calendar lunisolar calendar. The Hebrew calendar is a lunisolar calendar, meaning it uses both the moon cycles and the solar year to calculate dates. Months. It has 12 months, with an extra month added every 2 to 3 years, known as Adar 2, to synchronize the calendar with the solar year. This is known as an embolismic year significance. The Hebrew calendar is used to determine the dates of Jewish holidays, including Passover, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Hanukkah. The Chinese calendar lunisolar. The traditional Chinese calendar is also a lunisolar calendar, combining both the moon cycle and the solar year. Cycle. It has 12 months, with an extra month added approximately every 3 years to keep the calendar aligned with the seasons. Chinese New Year is celebrated on the first day of the first month of the lunar calendar. Uses. The Chinese calendar is used for traditional Chinese festivals, astrology, and cultural practices, including the Chinese zodiac. The Hindu calendar lunisolar. The Hindu calendar is a lunisolar calendar, similar to the Chinese and Hebrew calendars. It combines lunar months with solar years. Tithis and nakshatras. The months of the Hindu calendar are based on the moon's phases, and each day is governed by a tithi, lunar day. Additionally, the positions of stars and planets, nakshatras, play an important role in Hindu astrology. Festivals. The Hindu calendar is used to determine the dates of major Hindu festivals such as Diwali, Holi, Navaratri, and Durga Puja. 4. The importance of dates in modern life. Personal and social organization. Daily life. Dates help in organizing daily life, setting appointments, and planning events. Whether it's a meeting, a birthday, or an anniversary, dates are essential for coordinating personal activities. Calendars, digital calendars, Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, etc., and physical planners rely on dates to help people manage their time. Historical and legal records. Recording events. Dates are crucial for recording historical events. They allow historians to organize the timeline of events and understand cause and effect relationships between them. Legal documents. In legal contexts, dates are vital for contracts, wills, and other important documents. A date signifies when an agreement was made or when an event occurred, which can have legal implications. Agriculture seasons. For agricultural societies, dates were essential for planting and harvesting crops. Ancient farmers would rely on celestial events and seasonal changes marked by the calendar to decide when to plant or harvest. Religious and cultural significance. Holidays and rituals. Dates are used to determine the timing of religious holidays and rituals. The significance of specific dates in calendars is often tied to religious observances, such as Christmas in the Gregorian calendar or Ramadan in the Islamic calendar. 5. The date today. Today, dates are used globally to mark specific days in a month and year. In most cases, the Gregorian calendar is used for civil purposes, while other calendars are used for religious or cultural observances. The modern world relies on the standardization of dates for everything from international communication to the global economy. International timekeeping, time zones, UTC, Coordinated Universal Time, and Daylight Saving Time, DST, all depend on the accurate measurement of dates and time to synchronize the world's activities. Conclusion. The concept of the date and the calendar system has evolved significantly from early human attempts to measure the passage of time based on natural cycles. Over thousands of years, various civilizations developed their own calendars, and today the Gregorian calendar is the most widely used system across the globe. Other calendar systems, such as the Islamic, Hebrew, and Hindu calendars, still hold cultural and religious significance. The accurate measurement of time through dates is essential for personal, social, legal, agricultural, and religious activities and continues to play a crucial role in the modern world.